Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a video suggested by one of my viewers that I thought was pretty clever. Please make a video on how you make sister location place out of boxes. Suggested and fully endorsed and fully inspired by Eric Scout. So, let's hop on into it. Today we will be making the sister location scooping room. What you're going to need is scissors, a pencil, or a pen, either one. I just think pencil's easier because you can erase. X-Acto knife, a ruler. I prefer a bigger one that can go to longer lengths. I prefer around, let's see, how far can this one go? Around 23 inches, 24 inches. And then tape. I prefer a tape gun if you're going to do the windows, because that's how I do the windows. I just tape up the windows on both sides. I just prefer that for the windows, just because it's a lot more wasteful when you use regular tape. But, oh yeah, and you also need a box. You want to get it to perfect size of what you're making. So try and look at the game and scale it to all the other buildings. And just see how, just look and prefer like what shape and size you need. I think this will be a good size because it's sort of a medium room. It's not too big. So let's hop on into it. First, you want to pull up an image. I suggest to do this if you do not know what it looks like. I usually know what it looks like, but for this room particularly, I'm going to need an image. You want to get every detail pretty precise. For the animatronic parts, I'll probably just make some bootleg looking parts. And so, yeah, let's hop right into it. Now that you know what it looks like, you got your picture, and let's get into it. First, what you do, what I prefer, you probably, hold on, let me get it so I can see it. You probably just want to start with this. So what you want to do is just cut off the box's flaps. Okay. What you want to do is you want to get all four sides of the flaps, all four of the box's flaps inside. Ah, that hurts my ears. Okay, once you get all four of these flaps done, then you can start carving out the inside. Once you're done cutting off the flaps, you'll have all four of these flaps. Now what you want to do is you do not want to throw them away. You want to keep these because you could use these for extra things like for example, the animatronics, like the broken animatronics, also the scooper. So you don't want to throw those away. You just want to put them aside for now. Now we're going to move on to, so you know where I have to film. You have to cut off one side of the box so you can so it's more of a play feature, so you don't have to stick your hands through the top to play with it. You want to cut off the back side. Mostly the best looking side you want to keep. This side I want to pick, that's the worst because it's got a stain on it. And don't throw away the back side, because what I usually do is, since I don't like this right here, I want it to be flat ground. I'll take the back side, and usually it's perfect size. This one doesn't look like it. I might have to trim it down a little bit, but I'll stick it right there with hot glue. And that is what I'll use for that. Also, before I start this, I forgot to mention, you're gonna need some hot glue. You could use any glue, but I prefer hot glue, most likely a hot glue gun. So let me grab that real quick. So once you get your hot glue gun and your hot glue gun sticks, you're gonna need a few of them. You wanna plug them into the wall. Once you have your hot glue gun plugged into the wall, let it sit for like 5 minutes so it can warm up. And while you're doing that, we gotta cut this. So I'm gonna pick the worst wall, and what you wanna do is you just wanna start cutting from the sides. Just cut straight down like that. So it's got one side done. Let's move on to the next side. You just want to get the corners. That's all you want to do. Just stick this right in here like that. Now it should open up like this. You should have it open up like this. You don't want that. You don't want this to open up like that, so you need to cut this off. And then there's a little extra piece right here, so I'm just going to tear it off because it's like paper thin. So now that we have our play feature built in, so now you can stick your hands in there and play with them. You want to take this piece that you cut off. Now, you want to take it and you want to put it in here. Ooh, looks like I got a lucky one. So now it's the precise size. So there's no holes in between. But see that stain mark? I don't want that. So I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to put it this way. So now there's no stain mark. It looks really nice. And we put the back to good use. So you never throw away the scraps. You always use them because you might need them later. Now we can hot glue that in. My hot glue gun is not quite ready yet. So what you want to do in the meantime is, I would say, you can't glue that in yet. So you can take this out. And remember the scraps familiar? Yep, you remember those? Told you they come in use. You can use this to make your shapes now. So I'm going to start making the scooper. Alright, once you got a good pencil, you can make it go back to the 3 mark line. So it's right there on the 3 inches. You guys can see that right there. Now you want to start at the end and you just want to trace down, just like that. Now, here comes this part. So I'm going to say it's about like an inch for width. And then we want to do 3 again to go back down. So there. Now we got that in shape. So let's get our scissors. We don't need the X-Acto knife yet. We just need our scissors. We're going to put them here there. So we got our scissors. So now we're going to have to cut the line. Just cut through the lines. Those are just your tracing marks, so you can just get the cut precise. If you're super good at this and you don't need those, then I guess you don't need them. I still use them, and I'm pretty good at it, but it helps me. So there, now we have that. This is sort of like, here, I'll pull a picture right now. And, okay, so this is just the little, like, thing that holds the scooper, and then it goes and launches out at you. So now we need to make the actual scooper part. When you're staring at the actual scooper part, I'm just going to draw this one out. It's more of a, sort of like a pentagon almost. So it's more of like straight right here, goes down, and then into like a scooping shape. So it's kind of like a Volcom sign or something like that. That one's too small, so now I'm going to make it bigger. There's a lot of glare, so it's hard to see. So there, now we got sort of like the scooper shape. So now we're going to cut that one out. And I'll skip ahead for this part. Now my hot glue gun's ready. So before I put the floor in, I'm gonna hot glue this thing on. So first, I want to just make a big blob right here. Put the hot glue gun back, and then take the scooper piece right here, and just hold it down, put it on, just like that. Now I forgot one thing for the scooper. The scooper injects a little bit off the wall, so it's not flush with the wall. So what we gotta do is we gotta make just sort of a shape that'll match this. So does this match? Yeah, almost perfect. Yeah, it matches perfectly. Look at that. So now we're just gonna trim this. So now we're just gonna make little squares. Now what we're gonna do with those squares right here is you're gonna glue one square, make the blob like the last one, and then splat it on there, just like that. And then glue the next one with a big hot glue blob, splat it on there, just like that. Now, you're going to take another one, you're just going to splat it on there again, and then you got your scooper, right? Now you're just going to take the scooper, it's going to go right there, and you're just going to wait for it to dry, just like that. I'm going to rest it right here, so it's at an angle, there. Actually, no, because I need that, so we're going to put it right there. Okay, now we can do our flooring. Okay, so now we got our floor. What we want to do is first, we're just gonna get this corner right here. We're just gonna start spraying down this corner with hot glue. Well, no, not really the corner. Hold on, maybe grab another stick real quick. Put that in, and not just the corner, like just this side of the box. There we go. Now it's completely built on there. Now we're gonna get to the windows.